You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
My mic's dropping like my testosterone. Hey, right into it. Look at this. What's going on?
Wow.
And my testosterone is actually not dropping like all of you bitches listening at home because I don't use plastic in my day-to-day
You're
lifestyle.
okay? Very violent. You got right up in the grill, huh?
I
tighten this
woke
shit.
up. I went to bed violent and I woke up violent. And I can tell you why.
Okay, first of all, how you doing, Brownie? Hello, everybody.
I don't know why you need to say how you're doing. We just came from
That's what we
lunch
do.
together.
So
I know, but
tell me about why you went to bed violent.
okay, so last night I'm hanging out with three of my friends. No, two of my friends and one was Bryce's friend, right? We went to watch the Florida Panthers game. We won. First time we've won past playoff round one since 1996.
So we won round.
We're in round two of playoffs. First time since 1996.
Excellent.
So my whole life, the first time in my whole life that we've done it, which fucking awesome. So we're watching the game. We went to a sports bar. We had a good time. Bryce would have came, but he had to go to like some happy hour with his girlfriend and her friends or something. So I went with one of Bryce's friends and then three of my friends. One of them left. So then two of my friends and Bryce's friend, we all went back to my apartment after the game was over. And we were like just drinking, hanging out, just figuring out what else, if we wanted to do anything else for the night.
Do I know the people?
No.
Okay.
No. And so then Bryce texts me and he goes, me, Megan, and her friends are going to come back to the apartment now, and then we'll like all hang out and then go out. I was like, okay, fine.
They can do what they want.
Right. No, and he meant like all go out, like all of us. I wasn't really planning on going out, but I was like, fine. If the group wants to do something, I wasn't even drinking really. So I was sober. So I was like, I'll just go out sober and I'll go to bed.
Which is what I do every day.
And it's what I like to do now anyways, because woke up this morning and felt fine. Didn't feel horrible.
Right.
So Bryce comes into the apartment. Two of the people that came with him are listeners, and shout out you guys because you guys were the only people besides Bryce and his girlfriend that I enjoyed having over the apartment. So, and they listened to the pod. So thank you guys. And they listen independently of Bryce knowing them. They were fans before Bryce ever met them just by listening. So, so Bryce comes in and there's like a group, there's like six of them. They all come in. I like laid out alcohol out because I knew people were coming over. So I just like put out the alcohol that I wanted people to drink.
That's the queer eye.
No, well, I was like, I have my good alcohol and then I have my alcohol for guests.
Right. Are you ever worried that someone might open up your fucking
Yes. So that's why
what do I call it?
The rum that I have from Hawaii, you mean?
No.
I have a lot of expensive alcohol.
But I'm talking about the Game of Thrones one. Anyone open that?
Oh. Well, those are sealed with like wrap, so no one would ever. But
when we have people, I tell mom, put the good alcohol away.
So that's why you just said you have a queer eye. That's what I'm doing. So I knew people were coming over, so I put away. I only took out the alcohol that I wanted people to drink.
I get it.
The Tito's and the Milagro tequila. Like I put away my nice stuff.
I get it.
So they come in. There's like this group of five of them, excluding the people that I enjoyed. And
there's a lot of people in your crib.
Yeah, and so like my friends and I were hanging there. They all come in. They start drinking a bunch of alcohol, right? Don't even say hello.
You don't even know them.
Don't know them.
Well, fuck them.
Right. Oh, just wait. So they come in, they start doing drinking a bunch of alcohol.
So they're pre-game and you don't even know. Like, fuck them, the freeloader. Strictly to get freeload.
Yeah, no, I yelled at them.
Yeah, okay, good.
So then the whole group makes a plan. Because we're all talking. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? And me and my friends were like, we don't want to go to Wynwood. We just came from there. We only want to go out in Brickell. So then the rest of the group is like, okay, where can we go out in Brickell? Oh, let's go to this place. Okay, cool. Everyone agrees to the plan. Then one of the chicks, and I hope she's listening. I haven't learned my lesson from talking shit about people on this podcast yet. One of the chicks is like, I'm not going there. I'm going to Miami. And so she starts. Miami's like this club, like a nightclub. And it's 12:15 when we're discussing this. So I know that anytime after 11 p.m. at a place like Miami, Miami, you're not getting in. We're 6 guys and 5 girls. We're not getting in. We're just not doing it. So she goes around and starts whispering in all the chicks' ears.
Everybody, yeah.
Just come with me. Come on, we'll go to Miami. What? You can't leave me, blah, blah. So then all of a sudden, the guy that she's with is like, all right, Uber to the people that
came in and drank
with him, that are with him. He was actually a nice dude. It was but he just to the girls that were with him, he was like, all right, Uber's downstairs. Come on, we got to go. And then he comes up and says goodbye to me. He's like, thank you for your hospitality. The girls don't say a thing. And they all start leaving. And I go, whoa. Uber, we're walking. It's across the street. And they were like, oh no, we're going to Miami in Wynwood. And so I go, wait. We didn't discuss this. The plan was to go to Sam House or whatever it's called. And they were just like, we got to go. And they just left. And so I said,
you're trying to be Megan's friends?
Yeah. So I said, whoa, hold up. You guys come into my apartment.
Right.
You drink you don't even really say hi.
I don't even know you.
I don't know you. You come into my apartment, you drink my alcohol. And a lot of it, they were doing shot after shot after shot.
Right.
And then we have a plan, and then you guys just leave and don't include me and my friends in the plan. Because you're in my apartment, you only include your friends in the plan.
Good for you.
That's not happening. And then Megan and Bryce.
Well, now fuck them. I wouldn't want to hang with them.
So then Megan and Bryce and the other friend who I like, who's the podcast listener, they were like, oh, no, come on, we'll go to Miami. It'll be fun. Her friend works there so they can get us all in. It'll be fun. So then I was like, you know what? I'm already being an ass. Let me just try to take a step back, not be an ass. And the best part about it is I know if I go, we're not going to get in, and I'm going to be able to say, told you so. Right. And they're all going to be able to say, Bronson, you were right. And that's worth the whole. All right,
so you're being
so then they all get their own Uber. I had to call an Uber for just me and my friends. Bryce and Megan stayed back.
That's a dick move.
Such a dick move. Yeah. And they didn't even say, they just like left.
You'll never have them over again.
I will never see those people ever again.
Those people. I agree.
So then get this. So we're in the Uber to Miami, and I go, you know what's going to happen, guys? That whole other group, it was 5 girls and 1 dude.
But they didn't show up at the club.
We're going to get there, and they're going to already be in, and we're going to be fucked because we're not going to be able to, because it's their connect that's going to try to get us into the club. So I was like, that's so going to happen. So we show up, we get there at the same time, and the guy's buddy comes out and starts talking to them, and for like 7 minutes, we're all standing outside. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Fuck these people. I'm leaving. And Bryce was like, just stay. They're going to try to get us all in. Then Megan comes over to our group. I'm standing with my 4 friends and Bryce outside of this. Megan comes over. She says, okay, we can only get Bryce and Bronson in. Your other friends, they can't come in. That's bullshit. So I said, I literally said, fuck this.
Right. Why would you leave your friends?
I literally said, these people are cunts, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Did Bryce leave?
Bryce came with us.
Good for Bryce. Yeah. Where did Megan go?
She went with her friends.
She should have went with Bryce.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
I think she should have went with Bryce.
Bryce was like, you just go there. I'm going to go hang out.
She should have went with her fucking boyfriend.
But and they didn't even, none of that group even said, oh, I'm so sorry. We can't. Should we try to all split a cover for you guys? Nothing. They just went in. So that's why I went to bed angry, because it was like, fuck them. Those. I never throw the C word around.
I'm angry and I don't even know them.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, fucking Megan should have stayed back with Bryce. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, we don't need to trash her on the podcast.
No, I love Megan.
Right, but we don't need to like say what she should and shouldn't have done on the podcast.
You're right.
But Bryce came with us, which was fine. And Megan left me. So we went to a bar down the street, and she left after like 45 minutes and met up with us.
Okay.
But it was so fucked. And I yelled at them in my apartment. I said, you all come into my fucking apartment, drink all my... And Bryce was like, Bronson, chill. I was like, no.
Fuck them.
I was dead sober. It's not like I was on a drunk rant.
Right.
I was dead sober. And I just was like, this is fucked behavior. You guys come into my apartment, your children, they're all 3 years younger than me. You go into my apartment as an adult, drink all my alcohol, change your plans because of whatever you want to do. And the whole group, all 15 of us, made plans. And I was so fucking angry.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, so I will never see those people ever again. I'm curious to know
Bryce's take on
it. If Bryce ever says that they're coming over, I will not let them.
Correct.
I will not let them. They're mooches.
No, fuck them.
Yeah.
So
that's why I went to bed angry, and I woke up with a little fire in my belly.
I don't blame you. Because I'd be the exact same. Mom would be a people pleaser. I'd be exactly like fuck you, get out of my fucking
Bryce and
ass.
Megan were like, Bronson, no, it's fine. They just, come on, let's have fun, whatever. They were trying to do that. And I was like, fuck no. These people suck.
I hate
not the girl and her boyfriend who are listeners, because I like them. I don't want to name drop them on the show. They're nice.
I hate fucking freeloaders. I fucking hate freeloaders. I hate when people come in like, what's in it for me? It's a fucked up mentality. Look at Banksy.
It just could have been handled if they came in and then when they wanted, if they were like, oh, we already told people we're going to Miami, but you guys go to Sam House, have fun.
Afterwards.
Thanks so much for letting us having the drinks. We'll text you later. It was great. None of that. So it's like, you're a cunt.
No, fuck them.
Yeah.
All right, don't use C word. I don't like that, but
they deserve it. And I never use that word. So that's that. That's how my night was.
I don't blame you. I would be annoyed. I'm annoyed right now.
I'm annoyed.
I want to know who these people are. I want to call Bryce.
Yeah. I'd never met them before. So Megan,
Bryce know them?
Hey, if you're listening, you got shitty friends.
Yeah, Megan, those are not nice people.
You're not shitty, but change your friends, obviously.
Disgusting.
Yeah, so that's that.
Alrighty, shit happens. So
Yeah.
that was your night.
But yeah, it was fine. I definitely am over going out. I'm done. It's not interesting. Maybe not going out. I'm over partying.
You're over the bar scene.
Yes, that's what I mean.
That bullshit, the group hanging out, drinking. It's like boring.
When we were hanging out at my apartment,
That's
watching
more
the end of the game,
Isn't that more enjoyable?
I was like, we should have just stayed here the whole night. It would have been way better.
You just hang with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to the bar scene is not my thing. I'm also fucking tired of going out to dinner all the time. I fucking hate it.
And then like I was out last night sober.
So what's wrong with being sober?
No. That's not what I mean. I'm out sober and everyone else is drunk.
Welcome to my
So
world.
I'm just like, oh my God, the world is just full of idiots.
Can you see it through my eyes? Can you understand?
Yeah. No,
I'm
if
55.
and when you're out with people who are drunk and you're sober, it's the worst thing ever.
Everybody go out. All they do is drink.
Yeah.
Not
it's like they could like even Bryce was drunk last night. It's like, yeah, Bryce, I love you. You're my best friend. You're my brother. All that. But when I'm sober and you're drunk, you're the worst person in the world. Not even because you're doing anything. It's just because you're drunk. And I know, like,
I don't even know why everybody. I know we talked about this 100 times. Why everybody needs to continually drink. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I know. I understand it, but I'm out of it.
I don't understand it. I don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It
I
makes no
understand it.
sense.
I understand it, but I don't really have an interest anymore in it. And so I'm there with like another buddy, and he's trying to talk to all these girls when we're at the other bar that we went to, and I'm just like, the fuck are we doing here? We're just like, you just sit there, you just stand in the bar,
right,
with a drink in your hand, and you're just like, you just stand there, you look around at people,
and
it's
you're
like
talking,
it's like,
but you can't
what the
hear.
fuck are we doing?
Wait, but you can't hear people. So if you're at home, you can at least hear people.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It's called maturing, Bronny.
Yeah, I guess so. But then it's also like, oh, am I too young to feel that way?
No, because I think it's the next phase of your life. You know, for example, when you start going out with, let's say you meet somebody and you have a relationship, you start going with other couples, and it's a different dynamic. So you go to dinner, you do something that's nice, you talk, it's all, and you come home. It's different.
Yeah.
Like I don't like these guys go to cigar bar or whatever. I get it, they're single, they go rather than being home. But I don't know. I'd rather be out with dinner or at home having dinner
and like have a good conversation. Maybe come over and you play a game.
It's all. I don't know about that, but listen.
No, well, that's all. I used to do it in LA with my friends because they weren't a big going out crew. Some of them, so like we would go and play like Taboo or Cards Against Humanity, and we drink and play a game.
Quality time with people, and you can't get that at a bar. You can't. I'm sorry.
No,
and
I'm not knocking bars because for the last 2 years I love that shit. I just don't. It doesn't appeal to me anymore. I'm over it.
You're over it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's that. It was the first time in a long time that I went to. I don't get angry ever, and I think I might have been angry last night for like the first time in my life.
You gotta, yeah.
I was just like,
no, because they're so selfish and freeloaded.
Yeah,
and inconsiderate.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
The other friends who listened to the show, they like stayed back and they were like, well, what? Like when everyone else left, and I was like yelling at everyone, not yelling, but I was like, what the fuck? They were like, oh no, we'll just go to Sam House, whatever. And then like they were being accommodating.
Did Bryce agree with you? What was Bryce's?
No, Bryce didn't agree with me. Bryce was saying that I was wrong.
Can we get him on the phone?
Yeah. Bryce was saying, I remember going down in the elevator. He was like, you're wrong.
Why?
He was like, there's two sides to every story, Bronson. And I was like, two sides to every story? There's one side of coming and drinking my alcohol and leaving without saying hi or bye to me.
And without saying, what's the group doing? The whole group.
Well, yeah. And doing their own thing. Let's see. We've also spent 14 minutes on this, but we'll see if Bryce has anything to add and then we can move on.
She's not answering.
Probably not.
Hi, this is Bryce Bloom.
He just texted me at lunch. What's up?
Oh, God.
Nothing. I'm ignoring that.
All right.
Okay, so we can move on to something else.
You've reached Bryce Bloom. Bryce has his
Bryce has voices for different people.
So when we would drop him off at college, you know, Bryce like the sweet kid, it was regular guy, no problem. Then we drop him off at college when he was at Tulane. He's like, yo, what's up?
He has a frat voice.
What's up?
He has a different voice when he talks to black men.
100%.
He has an even different voice when he talks to black women.
Okay,
He has different voices for everyone he talks to.
He's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
You've reached Bryce Bloom.
Whenever I hear him on a business call, he has a different voice. Whenever I hear him talk to adults, he has a different voice than when he talks to people his age.
What about when someone's with the Uber guy? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Also, whenever, like last night we get into an Uber and the Uber driver was Cuban. Bryce always tries to befriend the Uber drivers. The Uber driver was
He's
Cuban.
a nice guy, Bryce.
And Bryce kept yelling, Cuba Libre, like free Cuba.
He was drunk probably.
And then whenever we get into when we get into an Uber with a black man driver, and they have an accent, Bryce always tries to speak French with them because he thinks that they're Haitian, and Bryce can't speak French. And so I was like, Bryce,
come on, Bryce,
chill,
he's
shut
so
up,
cute.
shut up.
Bryce, he's so cute. All right, so you mentioned something about there's a shortage in formula.
Yes, that is a big thing that's happening in this
What's
country.
going on with that?
This episode brought to you by Manscaped. I used mine the other day, actually. I use it every week on my face, my Lawnmower 4.0, the best. I have the specific setting, and it's set.
Well, that's
and I
because
never
you have
have to
the
worry
beard
about
you use there.
Right, I trim down my beard,
Right.
and then I also use it on my chest, and I use it.
It's like Brillo.
I use it in the most necessary place, my taint.
Wow, I like the nose and the ear trimmer.
Yeah,
that shit's the best.
Yes, it certainly is.
And I even use the lawnmower, not the one.
No,
that
the
goes
weed
in.
whacker is up your nose.
No, I like using the one that you use to go like it gives a real close on the nose. And
So they're just versatile products, guys. That's
and you
what
could
we're
use
getting
it in
at.
the shower, which is fucking great. And it's got the light on it. We are loyal. Funny, we were loyal Manscaped.
We were
user
customers
beforehand, and then when we got the new version, because
Yes.
a lot of our listeners and friends, we said you got to get the new version, and they're like
The Lawnmower 4.0.
right? And they're like, no, I have it. I go, no, it's like going from a 50-year-old car to a newer car. It's night and day. It's
It
great.
is. It's fully wireless charging on the Lawnmower 4.0. You can use it in the shower. Manscaped has the skin-safe technology in their blades that you can go anywhere, and they sensitive parts. You could apply some pressure. You don't have to worry about it nicking you. It's got you covered. It's great products. Not only do they have those mechanical products with the trimmer and the nose hair trimmer, but they also have an awesome new line that a lot of people don't know about of actual skincare products and grooming products.
Great stuff.
They've got really nice smelling deodorant. They have a body hydrating spray. So instead of sometimes when everyone likes nice skin, but if you're a guy and you don't want to like put lotion on your skin, you kind of
It's
feel like a
refreshing,
bitch.
too. It's
So I
refreshing.
spray this shit down on my body. It's like cooling. It smells really good, and it hydrates my skin.
And you get compliments. People like you hug somebody. It's like, oh, you
I
smell
always
good.
smell good because I use Manscaped's cologne, I use their lip balm, I use their deodorant, I use their 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, I use their body wash. So if anyone has met me in real life and is like, "Ooh, Bronson smells really good," you can smell like me.
It's compliments to Manscaped.
Yeah, head over to manscaped.com if you want to smell like Bronson and you want to get great a great trimmer. Everyone needs one. Men, women. Men get them for your women get them for your men. You can head over to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20.
Men get it for your men. Women get it for your women.
Sure.
Right.
If you head over to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20, you can get 20% off and free shipping on everything that they offer. Everything. So it's well worth it. You won't regret it. We never regret using them.
And check out the site. There's a lot of stuff. It's worth looking.
Yeah, so once again, manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping. There's like a big shortage.
And why?
There's many reasons why no one really knows like the main. I have articles on it.
There's no reason for any shortage of anything at this point. It makes no sense.
No, it's because like the supply chains are
But that
bad.
makes no sense. Supply chains. We've had it like this for years.
Right, but also like with baby formula, it's more than just a supply chain. But think about it, like China, Shanghai, the city of Shanghai, for the last 23 days has been in an intense lockdown. You cannot leave your apartment. The government has put chain link fences around apartment buildings and have stationed guards at the entrances and exits so that you cannot leave. And so it's like, that's where our goods come from. So if they're all locked up, no one's in the factories, So like that is a supply chain issue.
Okay.
If these
Is that because of COVID?
Yeah, they have a COVID outbreak there. And I watched a whole documentary on it last night. Not a whole, like a Vice 25-minute news report, whatever. And they were talking to people in Shanghai. And so they said that there were 100 COVID cases. So that's why they locked down the city. And they're making every single resident of the city,
100.
maybe a little more, but it wasn't like a thing, right? Every day for the last 3 weeks since they've been in lockdown, every single person in the city has to leave. They're allowed to leave their apartment one day, and they're escorted by guards to a testing site. And so every single day, the people of Shanghai's a huge city. It's bigger than Miami. It's huge. I would say it's the size of Chicago. That's been there.
Crazy.
I've been there. It's a massive city. Everyone in the city has to line up and get tested every day. So all these people in this documentary who live there, they said at the start of the lockdown, we didn't know anyone who had COVID. And now everyone has COVID 3 weeks later because every day we have to go out, stand in a line with all the other people to get tested. And that's spreading the COVID. So they're like, literally none of it makes sense. If we all just stayed in our buildings for 2 weeks, the lockdown would have been over. We would have been fine.
Right,
because
spreading
if
it. Right.
literally no one can interact, then COVID dies in 2 weeks. 14 days, it's done. But the government's making them go out every single day. And so now literally the numbers have been shooting up in the middle of their strict lockdown. So it's like, the fuck are we doing?
So they're idiots.
Yeah,
Government.
absolute idiots.
It's government.
So to go back to that.
So that's where that shit comes from.
Think about it. If you're a baby formula company or just supply chains, right? Like if you manufacture anything and you have a factory outside of Shanghai and all your workers live in the city of Shanghai and they can't leave their buildings,
so
you have to shut down your factory.
So what's going on with this baby formula stuff?
So it's like a recent thing. It's been only the last month or so, but it's a big, big problem and there's like not an end in sight. They say that in America, 40% of baby formula is out of stock everywhere. It's off the shelves. 40%. So almost half of formula is non-existent.
So what do you do?
That's the problem. People are freaking out because some people rely on that for the life of their baby.
What did people do before baby formula existed?
They breastfed.
So why don't they breastfeed?
Right. I mean, that's where the issue is. There's two issues.
Breastfeed.
I agree with you. I am part of me, this might sound insensitive, but part of me thinks that this is a good thing that's happening because formula is bad and it's bad for babies and that's a fact. So you can look it up. It's full of chemicals. It's all synthetic.
Right.
There's so many scientific research papers and doctors all say that breast milk has so many amazing.
It's the way it was meant to be.
Right. And it literally like breast milk and attaching to the nipple as a baby literally builds your immune system.
Even attaching nipples as an adult is a great thing.
No, but like the bacteria that the mother ingests and then is in her breast milk and even on her skin, then goes into the baby's mouth, and that's how babies get immune systems.
Makes sense.
Without it, aren't exposed.
100% makes sense.
And there's also all other benefits, vitamins and all this stuff that are natural, not synthetic.
But people that in third world countries don't formula, they do it.
Right. So there's two reasons why people use formula. One, they can't lactate, which that happens, right? Some people can't lactate.
And laziness.
And the other one is they don't want to breastfeed. Yeah. Back in the day when people couldn't lactate, there were wet nurses.
Wet nurses.
Right. There were other women that they would give their baby
That's
to.
pretty gross,
to
though.
feed. Why?
I know you would want your child sucking another woman's boob to get the nutrients.
What if? Okay, so is it less gross if they pumped the milk and then gave the milk just to the baby from another woman?
Yes, there's something.
I think it's way grosser that we give our children cow milk from another animal than human milk.
There's a bonding component between the mother and the child, and it's just something like there is a nice when you have a child, even when like you as a dad you hold your baby on your chest and you
of course
there's a bonding. That to me is intimate. I wouldn't want some other woman.
But if someone couldn't do it, they couldn't do it.
Then I'd rather have it on a bottle.
Or that's like in Meet the Parents or Meet the Fockers. Remember when Robert De Niro wears the fake boob?
Could you imagine?
That can warm itself up,
and
he puts the bottle in the fake boob so that he can feel that the baby's connected with him.
That's the world.
Right. I mean, that's just really funny.
That's what's going to happen now.
Yeah. So there's this huge shortage. I'll just read. This is from The Atlantic. This was posted 2 days ago. It says, America's baby formula shortage has gone from curious inconvenience to full-blown national crisis.
Wow.
In many states, more than half of formula is sold out in stores. Nationwide, 40% is out of stock, a 20-fold increase since the first half of last year. As parents have started to stockpile formula, retailers such as Walgreens, CVS, and Target are limiting purchases. The everything shortage isn't new, but rationing essentials for desperate parents, that's a twisted turn in the story of American scarcity. It says 3 factors are driving the shortage: bacteria, the virus, and trade policy. So this is why it's not just supply lines. The virus is supply lines.
What's the bacteria?
There have been more than one baby formula manufacturing plant that have been shut down recently by the FDA because they literally have salmonella bacteria
in
in them.
America.
Yeah,
These are American factories.
Yes, those ones, some of them, yes.
So then that shouldn't be shut down if there's American
Well, that's why it said 3 factors: the bacteria, the virus, and trade policy. So it says here, first, the bacteria. After the recent deaths of at least 2 infants from a rare infection, the FDA investigated Abbott, which is like the biggest formula company, and discovered traces of the pathogen Chronobacter sakuzani in their Michigan plant. As a result, the FDA recalled several brands of formula, and parents were advised not to buy or use that formula tied to the plant. So like there was another thing too that I saw. There was like some investigative journalism piece that I was reading yesterday that Abbott last year got a $5 billion of funding last year. And meanwhile, one of their other plants, there was like a whistleblower that 6 months ago, before this FDA thing happened, came out and quit the company and said there are many, many problems in this company. Most of the factories are not cleaned. Most of the machines are from the 80s, and they all have like little holes in the metal so that bacteria can get in, and that Abbott needs to fully renovate all their facilities because they're making things that go into babies. Like, that's super important. And then 6 months later, the FDA found all these traces of bacteria. It was literally the same year that they got $5 billion. And I think the CEO of Abbott got like a $270 million bonus or something. So it's like, they clearly are a shitty company. And they're dealing with the lives of babies. Babies have died from drinking their formula. Died.
Well, yeah.
So then it says the other thing
is
the
there's got to be
virus.
alternatives to formula then.
Yeah, you know what it is? Breast milk.
Okay, but if you can't, but there's got to be other
And that's
alternatives.
that's the more interesting side to the
other
story.
alternatives besides breast milk?
Yes, other people's breast milk. And so that's where it gets interesting.
I'm
People
talking
are
about breast milk. Is there other alternatives to breast milk?
No, of course not. There's either real milk or synthetic milk, and formula is just synthetic milk.
You can't give cow milk, right? We know that to a baby.
No,
You can't can you give soy milk or almond milk?
No. It's not. It's not the milk that's good. It's what's in the milk. So it's like an infant, a newborn, drinking from their mother's breast. There's very specific things that a post-pregnant woman's body does. Specific levels of vitamins, nutrients, specific things that the baby needs to survive. Almond milk is just crushed almonds.
For how long?
I don't know. How long did I drink breast milk?
I don't know. I don't
have
think
no
it's
idea.
a long time. It's not a long time.
Right, but it's like it's the most vital thing in your life.
So let's assume let's say 6 months. After 6 months, can you give regular? I forget.
But it's not just milk. That's the thing. Like soy milk is
about
water with
I'm talking
tofu.
about nutrients. I'm talking about the nutrients.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Forget the word milk. I'm talking about getting the liquid, some sort of nutrients.
The only thing that modern science and modern society has been able to replicate is formula, which is just synthetic human breast milk. It's just powder that has that we see. Right. Oh, there's this amount of vitamin K in breast milk. Let's put this amount of vitamin K in this powder. That's all it is.
No, I know. We did it. Yeah.
It says here the second cause is the virus. The pandemic has snarled all of the supply chains. But I can't think of a market it's yanked around more than infant formula. In the spring of 2020, formula sales rocketed upwards as people stockpiled formula just like they stockpiled toilet paper at the beginning of the pandemic. Then, as families worked through their stockpiles, sales plummeted. This oscillation made planning for production extremely difficult. It was complicated to get an idea of the actual market size. Meanwhile, researchers found that an uptick in births in early 2022 has corresponded with a very dramatic decline in rates of breastfeeding among new mothers. So less and less people are wanting to breastfeed, but the facilities weren't producing breast milk or formula. So it's like it was a recipe for disaster. But now it's this whole problem, and there's no end in sight. Biden and Jen Psaki have been talking about it for a week. Everyone is like freaking out at them, and they have no answer. They're just like, So I don't know what's going to go from it.
Imagine being a young mother.
Yeah. I mean, here's what you do. Breastfeed. And if you can't, buy someone else's breast milk. And that is what's happening. There's this whole underground like black market. Not even black market because it's legal. So breast milk is considered a food. So it's not regulated. You can sell it online. You don't have to pay. Like, it's not a drug or a commodity or whatever. It's just a food product is what it's considered by the government. So there are websites where women are selling their breast milk online, and they call it liquid gold because it's so expensive. Because if someone needs it, so like here.
But here's the scary part: how do you know you're getting what you're getting put in your baby?
That's what's
That's
the problem.
fucking scary.
So this is from the New York Times. It says breast milk donated or sold online is often tainted, study says.
I wouldn't fucking buy for my kid.
This says a cottage industry has sprung up facilitating the sale and donation of human breast milk online. But a study published Monday in the journal Pediatrics confirms the concerns of health professionals over this unregulated marketplace.
What if they put shit in the fucking breast milk?
Of course they could.
I would never give my fucking kid that. I would never,
but
ever.
What if you can't make any milk and you don't want to buy formula? You have no choice but to buy from someone else. Find a friend or something and buy from them.
You mash up broccoli.
No, but that would kill your infant. Your infant would grow up to be retarded because they don't have the nutrients that they needed. The first year of a human's life is arguably the most important in terms of getting the nutrients you want. So this is an article from Wired. It says liquid gold, the booming market for human breast milk. Human milk is being bought, sold, and donated on an unprecedented sale. With demand comes fierce competition and potential risk. Let me see. They say a thing in here.
Crazy.
So the asking price online, the biggest site is called Only the Breast. The asking price is $1 to $2.50 an ounce. And a 6-month-old baby consumes about 30 ounces a day. So that's what, $70 a day that you have to spend in just the breast milk. And you have to buy it from these, you don't know who you're buying it from.
Yeah, where are they getting it from?
People are pumping.
Go on that website.
Only the Breast.
OnlyFans for breast.
Only the Breast is a great name, like Only the Best. Only the Breast. And it's unregulated. So it's like Craigslist or eBay. You can just post.
No, scary shit.
You can be a person and you post. So look, milk classifieds. Should we browse ads? Let's see.
How do you know what you're getting?
This was posted 3 days ago, Albany, New York. I am looking for local fresh breast milk. Price $120. If you're producing breast milk and are a healthy woman living in the Albany area, I am looking for fresh. Here's another one. Kent, Washington, oversupply. Drug-free, alcohol-free, no specific diet, 31-year-old mom, married mom, healthy baby, lots of rolls.
What does that mean?
She has a baby, a healthy baby. She's healthy, and she has an overabundance of breast milk that she wants to sell. She's pumping more than her baby's consuming. And that's a big thing. So, and you can get specific on here. So look, we can view categories. Here, we can view categories moms only with a 0 to 2 month old baby. Here's a section willing to sell to men. Here's a section just vegan moms if you don't want any, like if you're vegan and you want your baby to drink vegan milk.
Retarded.
Isn't that crazy? Men buying breast milk. Let's go to that. I want to see what the deal with that is. Do you think that's
weird?
Do you think that it's like for a fetish or for like a single dad who's raising a kid and can't?
Oh, I never would have thought that.
Because like my uncles, they can't breastfeed, but they had to feed their babies and they fed them with formula.
Interesting.
And that's maybe why. No, joking. It's not loading. Men buying breast milk.
You know Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it's just this site is like not.
I think it's more of a fetish.
That would be super weird. But yeah, there's this whole online market. And imagine if you had to spend $70 a day to feed your infant.
This world is scary. What's going on?
Wait, here. This is, oh my God.
What?
Chicago looking to purchase breast milk. Hello, I am a male in Chicago looking to buy breast milk. I can purchase locally. However, I am willing. Wait, this says healthy unvaccinated mom. So wait, this dude in Chicago posted this 4 days ago and just wants to buy breast milk. I'm a male in Chicago looking to buy breast milk. I can purchase locally. However, I am willing to have some shipped to me as well. Didn't even say what it was for.
It's a little sketch, isn't it?
A little. It's super sketchy. Male in the Vegas area looking for healthy milk, looking for local but will pay to ship. What are they doing with the milk? Weird, right? I don't know. People are...
Wow.
Look at this guy. Wait, look how sketchy this one is. Hold on, it's loading. This site is really fucking slow. Maybe they're overwhelmed by people trying to buy milk now because there's the shortage. This guy, Wrightstown, New Jersey, no adult wet nursing, no pictures, no videos, no checks accepted, no couriers or agents, no Western Union, no Walmart to Walmart, and no scams. I signed into my PayPal account to check balance before shipping.
That's nasty.
What the hell? And it's just this dude
who would buy from him?
No, he wants to buy. He's trying to buy milk.
No, he says he's shipping.
No, but this is in the section of men buying breast milk.
It's weird.
Yeah. So
this world is scary. What's going on? If you were a young parent with a baby, that's scary.
Very. And like people are frantic and asking Biden. I think that here, this was an article about the politics of it. GOP lawmakers bash Biden over baby formula shortage. House members on Thursday criticized the Biden administration over the shortage. Blah, blah, blah. Representative Amy Wagner said, "This is sadly Joe Biden's America. Working families are already struggling to put food on the table due to the skyrocketing cost of everyday
and
items.
Gas and everything else."
Representative Kathy Rogers said, "This is a matter of life or death." The shortage began late last year with supply chains and was exacerbated by a recall involving the nation's largest producer. We already talked about that. Late Thursday, the White House moved to ease shortages of infant formula, such as increasing imports, even as the administration said it didn't know when consumers could expect to see fully restocked shelves. This from Jen Psaki. Our message to parents is, we hear you. We want to do everything we can, and we're going to cut every element of red tape to address this and make it better for you to get formula. Not saying anything, but also like, what can they do?
Wow.
When everyone's like, Biden is doing. What the fuck does Joe Biden have to do with baby formula?
It's Biden's administration that's tanking all these problems with our country. You look to our leader. You look to your leader to make sure our country is safe and running and efficient, and people aren't being, gas prices are high. So there's major problems. Stock market's low, unemployment issues.
There's not a single thing that's up.
Right.
Everything is
bad. So if your football team loses, you fire the coach. You have to look to your leader.
Yeah, good point.
And the problem is everything under him, and it's not just Joe Biden.
I want to try to find a good thing that's happening in the country.
It's the whole thing. It's our country is being tanked.
Yeah. Crypto is taking.
We'll rebuild it. I think if we get the right people in office, it'll be rebuilt. But
I don't know. I think we've expired.
No, I don't know, Bronny. We had depressions and things will rebound. The problem is this: is that take people that are living, making 50 grand, husband and wife, kids in school. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say paralegals, secretaries.
Those are even good jobs. McDonald's worker.
Okay, how do they do it?
They don't.
They don't. That's the problem.
And then either they live off of the government or
they're
on the streets. That's why
we need to make society prosperous.
How?
Things were booming.
I know. I think it was also because our culture was. I think our culture, as well as our government, as well as our economy, as well as our companies, as well as all that, are on the decline. I think our culture, back in the 80s, right? The 50s to the 80s, the 50s to the 90s, the world wanted to be America, right? We exported. The whole world was watching our movies, listening to our music, wearing our clothes, doing our fashion, following in our footsteps of what we wanted to do, right? Our culture was the gold standard. It was awesome. It was flourishing. Our culture is not flourishing. When all these other countries are figuring out real important issues, right? There is no poverty in the government of Sweden, right? The whole country of Sweden. There's no one living on the streets. Everyone has health care. Everyone's living in this happy utopia lifestyle. We're dealing with men who want to go in women's bathrooms.
We have a lot more people in our country too, though.
Yes, but our society is. We don't make good movies. We don't make good music. We don't make good clothes.
But my point is, when the government spends all this fucking time about the transgender shit,
the only reason they do is because the society tells them.
I don't know.
The people tell their representative. The only reason that the representatives get elected is because they get elected because the people say, we need to protect trans spaces.
I get it, but if you put it in perspective and fucking just yes them to death and whatever, I think we have major problems.
And
I think we have major problems, but I do think it's going to turn with the right people in office. I really do.
I think also when every government official, when a lot of government officials, no, not even that, they've always been corrupt, but that's not a big deal because that's government.
Right.
When many government officials and many people in this country and many educators in this country are constantly saying this country is bad, how are we going to thrive?
The big problem,
when everyone is saying this country is built on slavery. No. We all need to repent. This country is evil.
That's that office. That's that political position.
But it's also that's our culture. That's what's taken over the culture of this country. It's not the majority,
it's
the culture.
I get it. And I think that we need to I think that things will change. And we're so bifurcated, which is a problem. Imagine living in a household where mom and I were so opposite and constantly fighting. we would not be able to raise good kids.
Yeah. I also
that's what the analogy of what's going on with the country.
I've talked about on this show in the past that testosterone going down in men has been a big problem in the world. Okay, do not put that in your nose. That has been on my penis. Do not put that in your nose.
It could look like a new nose ring.
That has literally been on my penis.
It has not.
It's not a nose ring. So for those listening, that's not a nose ring that you have. It's a cock ring, but a new type of cock ring.
It's not a cock ring like what you think. It's a very interesting thing. It's actually good to help you keep your erection hard.
Right. So this episode is sponsored by Eddie by Giddy, which is a new ED treatment product, which is pretty cool. I think you guys will be interested. So
I think it's very cool, actually, Brian.
The world is stressed out. Testosterone's low. Everyone is busy with other things that people have noticed that their sex lives are kind of on the decline. They're busy. They're stressed out with other things. And I'm sure many men have noticed, many men have dealt with the problem of
not women that
not being as hard as you want.
That can just lie there. The men has to still be.
We have to perform. We have to do something.
There's a psychological component. You have to really be into it to get a real full hard erection.
Yes, you do, and it's harder than ever before because
no pun intended.
And so this product, Eddie, is a clinically proven, easy to use wearable device that is designed to alleviate that problem. It's designed to help men of any age and any size perform better in bed without having to ingest synthetic chemicals to put in your body because it's completely natural. It's I like wearable. It actually. It's a wearable that you put on your dick. And there's different tension sizes. So it's like, you can find it.
It makes it chubby.
Right. It keeps you at your natural girthy state.
So I wonder how interesting. I'm going to try it. I know it has to be with your mom.
Yeah, please don't. Right, definitely try it, but do not come back on the show and tell me the results.
I will not.
Keep it to yourself.
I will never.
People
you'll never
can DM
know.
you directly if they want to know the results for you.
And they have different size rubber bands for different size. And it's actually very simple. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
It also just feels much cleaner than like putting a fake chemical in your body. Viagra is literally made by Pfizer. You guys know how we feel about Pfizer. Not going to say anymore.
And it's better for your woman. You're going to last longer.
Right. So
seriously,
we think it's a really cool product. It's something to help men with a problem that is really important and personal and more prevalent than ever.
I like it.
So if this is something that appeals to you, which I think it should appeal to every man, because you can never be too hard, right? No. I don't think there's ever been a man that's like, oh fuck, I wish I was softer.
And I think the women like it. The harder you are, the better.
So honestly, maybe even not. We shouldn't even be appealing this to men. Women, if you want your guy to perform a little better, head over to eddiebygiddy.com. That's EDDIE by GIDDY.com and check out this product. With our code, you can get 20% off. Our code is DADDY20, DADDY. You can get 20% off on the Eddie. You can enhance your sex life, which will then enhance your personal life. You'll feel like a new man at work. I like it. It'll get your testosterone up. It's all great. So you can also call 737-301-6111 to speak to a licensed nurse if you have any more questions about it. Or once again, head over to eddiebygiddy.com. Use our code DADDY20 and you'll get 20% off on this pretty cool new product.
I think you guys should get it. I like it. It's actually, go for it.
We are both going to try it in our personal lives, but we will not converse with each other about
100%.
it. We are way. We are close in the show, but we're not that close.
That's inappropriate.
Certainly.
Yeah, we draw the line on the
if you guys can believe that we draw a line somewhere, we draw a line.
Which makes sense.
But, we're going to use them individually, though.
Yeah, not on each other. That's pretty gross.
Okay, no, it's certainly not on each other.
Right. Go get Eddie by Giddy.
EddieByGiddy.com. Use the code DADDY20. You'll get 20% off. Yeah, and you know how I've said since the start of this podcast, I've always been a supporter of the union dissolving and states being their own countries. And we every month since we've started this podcast, that reality has come closer and closer to truth. I think it's more so than ever now. This is not a thing I thought about when we were talking about Roe v. Wade last episode, but I think that's a big thing. So the Supreme Court is now going through old court precedent and dissolving it on a national level and making it states' issues, right? So they're doing it with abortion first. And then there were some reports that were saying that they might go look back at same-sex marriage and make that a state's issue. So it's like, you don't think that's going to drive our country to split up? That's so well. If there are if it's illegal to marry someone, if you're a guy and it's illegal to marry a guy in Texas, but it's legal to marry someone in California, you don't think California, Texas will become their own separate countries? They so will. So it's like, it feels like The government is driving us.
Why would the federal government want to get involved in that issue now?
No, they don't want to. That's the whole point. They want to bring it back to the states.
I'm
they
saying,
think it's
but my point is, leave it alone. Just leave leave it alone. Like, we don't have enough shit to worry about. Let's fix things. By the way, let's fix things that are broken. Let's not fucking make things.
And everyone's on that side.
Let's not break it. Let's not break it. It makes people have too much.
I think the studies have showed that 13% of the country wants abortion to be illegal. 13%. So it's like, but meanwhile, it was like 41% of the government is voting for it to be illegal. There's a discrepancy there.
It makes no sense.
The government people are not on our side. They're doing things not for us.
Not on our side. They're right. They have fiduciary to do what's best for the people, but they're not doing it.
No, of course not. And then also, it's like the Supreme Court is this whole other thing. Glenn Greenwald did a great article on it, and it's something that I didn't even realize I thought, but I did think, and he kind of synthesized it into words. The Supreme Court is the least democratic thing in this country. It's literally it's 9 unelected people who can unequivocally make laws and break
do
laws.
What they want. Yep. And wait,
no one in this country voted on anyone in the Supreme Court, nor anyone in this country voted on Roe v. Wade.
It's just a friend.
Yeah.
And it's like choosing. Oh,
and they're choosing based on other things. They're not choosing the best interest of the people.
No.
Or they're only technically, legally, they're only choosing what's
best
works
for their
the Constitution.
For their views.
No, not even like what the agency was set up for. The Supreme Court is to interpret the Constitution. That's it. It shouldn't even be a partisan thing. It shouldn't be they're on the left or on the right.
That's a good point to bring up because
it's only for the Constitution.
Get appointed.
They get appointed, and this country was built on democratic principles. So it's like if 51% of the people in this country wanted to overturn Roe v. Wade and we voted for it,
the way it is.
Then we overturn it. But 9 people decide. Not even, by the way,
they're clueless.
4 of the 9. Five people.
Yes.
Are making laws in this country and breaking laws that we have.
Talk about the power.
Right. That's the most undemocratic. That's a dictatorship.
That's a lot of power.
We should all be in outrage over the idea that the Supreme Court can literally run this country. They are.
And
should
federal judges be appointed for life?
Of course they shouldn't. But then the idea is when they're appointed for life, then they're only doing what's best in the best interest for the law, not to get reelected. That's why they are, right? Like our congressmen, most of the time they only do things because they want to get reelected the next time. So they're not doing what's in the best interest of their constituents. They're only doing what they think will help them get reelected. Judges are removed from that because they don't need to be reelected. That's the point.
I think it's interesting, but you bring up a good point.
But also we shouldn't have an 85-year-old making decisions on this country.
Right.
They're out of it. They're on their way out. It's fine.
They could
Thank you for your service.
Right. Yep.
You don't know what's going on in the world.
You should have to retire at 70.
Yeah. An 82-year-old doesn't know how the internet works. They don't know what new technology is coming. They live in a different era. So they should not be literally dictating how we live our lives.
Now, was everybody that became a Supreme Court justice, were they judges before? Everyone was a judge.
Every single one.
Yeah. So
because the thing is, to become a Supreme Court nominee, you do have to be accepted by the House and the Senate. It's not just the president picking. You have to be confirmed. And they have not confirmed people. Remember, like Merrick Garland, back in Obama's time, he was not confirmed. The Senate did not let him become a Supreme Court justice. I don't remember. But he is one now, or he's going to become one now, because the last guy just stepped down. But by the way, liberals who are upset at the court system and are like, see, this is Trump's fault.
Be very careful.
No. Right. So many people are like, see, Roe v. Wade's being overturned and that's Trump's fault. So if you voted him in, you caused this because Trump put on 3 justices, right? Gorsuch,
unbelievable,
Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. But it's the Democrats' fault. It's Obama's fault. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died during Trump's administration. And so Trump put in a new judge. She was like 92.
She should have resigned.
She, of course, should have resigned. And the administration should have made her resign so that Obama could put a liberal justice in. And then guess what? Roe v. Wade would not have had the votes to be overturned. So you guys did it to yourself. It's Obama's fault. RBG, the people are saying that she didn't want to resign because she wanted to resign under Hillary as a woman, like a woman resigning under a woman. And then Hillary, as the first female president, could have put in a female justice. But she didn't win. So it's like RBG, rest in peace. She was very important to this country. She was a great person. She's a fellow Jew. She fucked over the whole country. She did, because she didn't retire. And now we have Brett Kavanaugh or Amy Coney Barrett, who are so anti-abortion that we're going to have it overturned. So that's that. Yeah.
It's interesting. There's so much crazy shit in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
We never get to any topics.
I know. I have so many good topics, but we'll do them in the, like, literally, I have so many good topics this week. But I guess we'll do them in the Patreon episode. So if you want to listen to more, go ahead over to patreon.com/daddyissuespod. And for $5 a month, you get 4 extra episodes a month. So just go fucking do it. That's where the real true homies, the real fans of the pod are over there. And we bonded with all of them. So go do that. One last story. Do you want to do, I don't know. There's all my stories are so different. Do you want to do like a trans one, a political one, or like a ridiculous one?
Ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm over the fucking trans shit.
I know, but there's like a few good things that are important and will trigger you.
So you want to do the trigger? Let's do the trigger.
No, we don't need to.
What's the ridiculous one? Will that trigger
There's
me?
a couple ridiculous ones. There's one. Let's see. This one is a funny one.
We got to do a
follow the advice. There's this. So you know Balenciagas, right? Remember we've talked about them. Balenciaga, the clothing brand.
Okay.
Very high-end Italian designer brand. And remember when we were talking about Coachella, how that guy was wearing a sweatshirt.
Oh,
and it was at
$1,000
sweatshirt, right? So Balenciaga just came out with these new shoes. There's like line of shoes, and you just got to see them. So the shoes cost $550 for a pair of shoes, right? They're sneakers. Look at these shoes. Explain what. There was even another one.
They're old and mud, dirty shoes.
Yeah, they're all ripped. Look, there's literally that. If you put your foot in that,
Are
half
you
of the
kidding me?
half of the shoe is ripped, and it's showing 100% your sock.
People want that.
And it's literally this. There's not even shoelaces because they're all tattered.
Wait, yeah, where are the shoelaces? Wait, make that bit. Open that up again.
Look, the shoelaces are all ripped, so you can't even tie your sneakers. And these shoes are being sold for €450. The site says. Oh wait, also
that's $700.
Yeah, here's another one. Wait, that's this one. This says there's a new range of $1,300 fully destroyed footwear.
Euros.
Let's see if I can get Balenciaga sneaker. Let me see if I can do another. So it's like that. When you see that, you don't think our country's in decline.
Oh, we're so fucked.
And by the way, people are going to want to buy them.
When you think Kanye West is great and like a god, we're fucked.
Yeah, but Kanye's like kind of on its way out. Look, here are even the worst ones. So it looks like a pair of Converse.
Wait, there's no
back. The whole back is ripped off.
Yep. Homeless people won't wear those.
$1,850.
Go to that other one. Look at that one to the black one.
$1,850.
Okay, Bronny, you look homeless.
Yeah.
You would walk. I would say, "Get the fuck away, you dirty fuck."
Yeah.
No, you would say, "Get the fuck away."
And guess what? People are going to be buying them. Someone tweeted, "Balenciaga's got to be a social experiment." How could people buy those?
People will buy it, Bronny.
This says the luxury fashion house. Oh, they're Parisian, I guess, not Italian. The limited edition line retails for $1,850 and features fully destroyed detailing like ripped scuffs and what appears to be literal dirt. It's more than twice the price of their regular high-top sneaker, which costs $650. So you can buy the regular sneaker, non-distressed, for half the price, less than half.
It's very smart. Good for them.
Yeah,
shows you how dumb people are. People are fucking stupid. Every time I say it, it doesn't change. It gets more. They get more stupid.
And they're only selling 100 pairs of the fully destroyed sneakers. The versions being sold online don't appear as destroyed. This tweet says, "Why is poverty now an aesthetic for rich people?"
Michael Jackson?
Yeah, it's just
scary.
A meme. It's just a meme.
Look at that.
Look at that, Dad.
I would tell you to leave those in the garage. Don't wear them in the house.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Did you just get mugged? And did this homeless person take your shoes?
Did a dog chew it up, shove it in its ass, and then pull it out of its ass? That's what it looks like."
Yeah.
That's
so
sad.
I want to show you that because I was like, "What the fuck?"
How do you find this shit?
That's like a big thing on Twitter right now.
People
that story,
are retards. Again, same retards.
Yeah. I had a full white privilege moment yesterday, fully. And I'll take it. And you know what? My mindset is, if I have the privilege, I had nothing to do with getting it. So why not take advantage of it? Why would I ignore my privilege? I'm going to take advantage of it.
Good.
So I was going back to my apartment yesterday from, I had to run some errands, and it was right around school time getting out. And there's a charter school on the block down, 1 block away from my apartment building. So around like 3:00, there's always a line of parents in their cars, right? Ready to pick up their kids. And it's a two-way street, but 1 lane on each side, right? Going up to my apartment building. And the right lane is all every day at 3 p.m. It's all taken up by parents waiting. And so they're just sitting in their car and it's not moving. So I go to make the left onto the street and I was like, oh, fuck, I hit the school carpool. So I go in the lane with the traffic going the opposite direction and I go all the way around to the top because I'm like, I saw that there were no cars coming. I saw no cars were coming. So I was like, okay, now's my chance.
Yeah,
and I zoom ahead and get right in front. The second to last car the second to last car in the carpool line is a cop. He turns his lights on, pulls in front of my car to block the lane.
From you making
and he rolls his window and he goes, and he looks at me. He was a white dude, probably 35, 40. He looks at me, he goes, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just trying to make the left. I live right around that corner. I know this is the carpool lane. It's not moving. I saw no cars were coming. I'm just making this left right here. I'm sorry. I'm just going here.
Are you being honest?
Right. And he was like, you can't do that. This is the wrong lane. What if a car was coming? I was like, look, I know. I'm sorry. I know it's wrong, but like I just was trying to do it quickly. I'm sorry. And he just goes, oh, and rolls his window back up. If I wasn't white, I think I would have gotten a ticket. Truly.
I don't know.
I think if I was a young black kid I was in my nice car. I think if I was a young black kid in a not nice car, it would have been a different situation.
But also, he doesn't want to deal with the paper.
I know, but I feel like that was such an example of white privilege.
But you honest.
Of course. I'm not going to lie. Why would I lie?
I think if someone was of color that was just acting normal and whatever, I think it'd be fine.
I don't know. I feel like that was a white privilege moment because we were both white. I think if the cop was black, I might have gotten a ticket too.
Okay, but what if you were like a white, derelict-looking kid in a shitty car? Maybe you might not.
I think it's white, rich privilege then. White and rich privilege.
Or how about just being you and we can, whatever.
But he even made a point. He looked at my car and he said, if someone hit this car, and he like pointed at my car. He was like, someone hit this car. Would it have been worth going in this lane? He said that. And I was like, no, I know. I'm sorry. All
right, but you're honest. It's all right. I would have done the same thing. But the irony.
So fatherly advice. Let's do this.
6 minutes.
This is from Anonymous. Ooh.
Oh, I know them.
Anonymous. That's a really unique name. What culture does that come from? No. That's done. All right. I am 27 years old and I've been happily married for 7. He wrote 7 sevens. He wrote the number 7 and then SEVENS. That's just Freudian slip, I guess. He meant 7 years.
Yeah.
But I've been married for 7 sevens. I live in a small town that has the opinion that you get married and have children. Okay. My husband. Oh, it's a girl. My husband and I do not want children due to our lack of family. What family we do have is not family to us that we want, and we want to be a part of them and not involved in our children's lives. To give you an idea, very quickly, my husband lost his father, mother, sister, uncle, and 2 aunts in drug overdoses. Wow. I'm not saying we are better than them. However, we do not do drugs or alcohol with the fear of family addiction in the past. We are pretty successful for our age in our jobs and financially stable to the point where we can do whatever we want. We are asked regularly when we will be having children. I think that personally it's a very disrespectful question, but it's always asked. I have thoughts on this. They make you feel selfish for choosing a life without children, but we feel like we are being selfless by doing so. Do you think that we need to reevaluate our priorities? And do you think we will regret the decision like many people tell us we will?
Okay, you go first.
Okay, I definitely have thoughts on this. People, and I remember I said this to you a couple weeks ago out of the blue. Remember I was like, it's so weird when parents ask kids when they're going to have children, because remember we had this conversation.
But you do know it's a normal thing. Like for example,
but it's weird.
No, it's a.
Hey, when are you guys going to have sex and come inside of her?
No, okay.
That's what it is.
That's stupid. No.
If you're married to a chick,
slow down.
Your mother-in-law.
Slow down.
Wait, your mother-in-law will literally say, "When are you guys going to have children?" AKA meaning, when's the next time you're going to have sex?
Bronson, when you're in high school, someone will say, "We're going to go to college." When you're in college, let me finish. What are you doing after college? How's your job? You meet a girl.
Very different. Where are you going to college and when are you having children are very different. When are you going to college is inquiring into life. When are you having children is a judging thing.
Don't you think? No, it's not. It is. It's a societal thing. It's just a way. But go on. What's your thoughts? Go ahead. Let's help Anonymous.
Yeah. Fuck what anyone else has to say about how you and your husband want to live your life, and you do exactly what you want to do. And if you guys are content and happy, fuck whatever anyone else says. And if they say something to you about, oh my God, I can't believe you're not having children. Why would you not do that? You guys are so weird. Turn around and walk away. There's no response to that, because if you answer, we don't want to have children, and they continue on in the conversation, that I agree with you. That is disrespectful. It's rude, and there's no place for it.
But now Anonymous is asking our advice.
My advice is, if you are happy and content with your husband and you guys like your life, do whatever the fuck you want. If you don't want to have kids now, don't have kids. If in 5 years that changes and you don't want to have kids, do have kids. And if someone questions you about it, ignore them.
Okay, you ready?
That's my advice.
Thank you.
I hate when people ask those questions.
Okay, but get over
and then
it.
impose their own thing. Oh my God, you're not having children? Why? They're the best things ever. It's like, you don't know these people's past. This guy,
So,
every single person in his family died of a drug overdose.
Anonymous. Let me tell you my advice. I 100% would have children. And I'll tell you the reason why, Anonymous. Let me finish. Let me tell you the reason why.
Buddy, I want to have children too, but if they don't want to.
She's asking.
Are you telling her that she should have children?
I'm telling her, I'm giving my opinion because she asked it. Fatherly advice. She's asking me as an adult, someone that has children and close to with my kids. It's very sad. It's very sad of your situation with the lack of family and the problems that you've had with your parents and uncles and aunts and so forth. I agree that's a terrible thing. So it's normal to be scared and a little gun shy to want to have children, say, it's a fucked up world we live in. We had fucked up upbringings, whatever it might be. I don't want to do that with my kids. But the beautiful thing is if you and your husband love each other and you have the financial wherewithal and you seem like you have a very nice relationship, you can break that mold, break that chain and start over. That you didn't have the family life that you wanted or you might have dreamt about, you and your husband, when you were single. But now you can give that to your children. And there's nothing better than having children. And if you work at it
for you,
all I'm doing is give my opinion. She asked my opinion. I'm not saying you must do it. I'm just giving her food for thought. Yeah. Okay. An objective food for thought. I know nothing about the person. I'm just saying, don't let prior behavior, prior circumstances dictate your fear about having something now. Because
Bryce.
Okay. Listen. So what I'm saying is, I think, again, you have the money, you love each other, you've been married for 7 years. I think you should. You like that? I think
7 sevens.
Yeah. I think there's nothing more beautiful than having kids, and you can create your own family, start a whole legacy now. So different. You're in a position where you could be the leader, the matriarch and the patriarch of your children. We can change the difference in time, behavior, and everything, and create a beautiful legacy that your parents and parents all couldn't do because of, let's say, their illnesses with, the disease of alcohol and drug abuse and so forth. So your decision, it's normal to be a little fearful. It's normal to be scared. It's definitely a changer in your life, but it's beautiful. Everything worthwhile that you really appreciate, love and value is hard and takes time and takes work. Otherwise, you wouldn't value it and cherish it. So my opinion objectively is having kids is a beautiful thing. Don't let your prior experiences...
Oh, Banks just farted.
Listen.
Oh, my God.
Don't let your prior experiences intimidate you or make you fearful of not wanting to do it. So that's my opinion, and I wish you well. Maybe sit down and talk to your husband about it and ask yourself why...
Jesus Christ.
And ask yourself why you don't want to and see if you can overcome it. So I wish you the best.
I agree with you on that part of the, here's the thing. If you're not wanting to have kids because you do want to have kids, but you're worried that it's going to, you're going to bring them into a bad world or whatever, or a bad history, that's not a reason not to. If you don't want to have kids because you don't want to have kids, then I think you should never become a parent.
I agree.
Because you said, kids are the best thing ever. But I think only people who want to have kids should have kids. Otherwise, you're going to, if you don't want to have kids and you have kids, you're going to fuck them up.
I agree, Brian, but I don't think she's waffling. And I think the first couple sentences is the part that's scaring her for having children.
Yeah, she's also only 27.
Okay, but they're married.
They've
been married 7 years. So
just 7 sevens.
Listen, so my point is they're mature enough and they've been married a while. So it's a normal thought process. And I think she's thinking about it. And if it's a fear of not wanting to, but you want to,
right?
But because
that's
then
what
you
I
have them.
You should definitely have kids if you want them, but you're worried.
But if you don't,
everyone's worried when they have kids.
Want
probably.
Kids and you both truly don't want it, then live your life and do what you want.
Exactly. And also, yeah, I just think that this is only do whatever you and your husband want to do. If you guys don't want to have kids, don't have kids. If you want to have kids, don't want to have kids.
Anonymous, there's something nice that when you're with your husband and you look at all the shit that you guys put up with, and you now can create this whole, like I said, this whole legacy, and you have your tight-knit family. We value our family, right? When we travel together, we know we have each other's backs. There's something nice and beautiful about that.
You also really wanted to have that and have us. If there's someone who doesn't really want to have kids, they don't really care about having a family, and then they do, it's going to make it worse for everyone.
But they have to ask them, are they not wanting to have kids because of their prior experiences?
That's what they have to get down to.
If that's the problem, then that's not a reason not to have kids.
We are on the exact same page about that. Yes.
Okay, because
so if that's the advice you're seeking, then that's our advice.
I always say the one key word of success is perseverance. So don't let your prior shit so if you got the I'm not saying this. If you got raped, you never have sex. No, you fall off the horse to get back on. You don't give that much power to your parents and his parents and all the aunts and uncles that dictate your life. And
some people just don't want kids, and that's totally fine. There's no judgment there.
There's no judgment. Of course not. 'Cause do what you want. But
right, exactly.
I don't get that from her paragraph.
Okay,
I think she's asking a little advice because they're afraid because the alcoholism, the drug addict, and things like that, and they're afraid of it.
Yeah,
so,
if you want to have kids but you're worried about the cycle, then break the cycle. It's up to you. You can do that.
And you 100% can do
and that'll be the most amazing thing ever.
Look back.
That'll make the kids even more worthwhile. It'll be a miracle for your family that you broke that cycle.
Right. All right, so listen. So please keep us posted because that's an interesting one. I want to know, really anonymous. I want to know what you guys are doing. So please let us know. That's very important. All right?
Yeah.
So, Bronny, I love you.
Love you too.
Guys, thanks. Everybody will speak
Go join the Patreon, patreon.com/daddyissuespod.
Yeah, really. At this point, I'm being dead serious, Bronny. If they listen, and we know there's some people listen that fucking love our podcast, for $1.25 a week, $5 there's no reason not to
get 4 extra hours. Yeah. And low-key, it's where all the good shit is. And the Patreon people who are listening can attest to that.
They all attest to it. So there's really no reason not to fucking go. And if you don't fucking like it and you want your money back, I'll give you back $5. Yeah. If you don't fucking like it. Yeah. I'll give you your fucking money back. If you didn't think it was worth it after 1 month, I'll give you back your fucking money. How about that? So
How about that?
You have no risk. You want to join Patreon, you have 30-day free. You try it. If you don't like it, I'll give you back your fucking money. It's a no-brainer.
Sure.
Because they're going to fucking love it.
Yes.
That's the fucking new deal. I have no doubt.
The new deal.
How do they get it on it again?
Patreon.com/daddyissuespod.
All right, so Bronny, so I want to see by Tuesday how many more fucking people
Well, this
join.
comes out on Monday afternoon.
Therefore, I want to see on Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, we should wait a week maybe. But
All right, so that's the deal. So it costs you $5. You don't like it after 30 days. Let fucking Bronny know. Send us a fucking DM, whatever.
An EM. An electronic message. Yeah. That kind of works, EM.
All right, that's better than DM.
DM is direct message. It's just to you. Direct.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Okay, love you.
Bye. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.